Hi, I'm Brooke Vasca, Executive Chef at the Four Seasons Hotel in Boston. And today we're here in Nantucket doing a couple of grill specials. As a matter of fact, this is a great summer salad we're going to do. It's grilled asparagus, grilled shrimp, and some roasted peppers. As a matter of fact, these roasted peppers have been done ahead of time, and there's also a video on Heroes where you can look this up and see how we've made these peppers. Once you make the peppers, they'll last in your fridge for at least a month. You can make them at the beginning of the summer and think of all the recipes that you can do, and I'm sure you'll figure out a few yourself. This one is rather simple. We're going to do asparagus with this one. We're taking white asparagus and green asparagus. The difference between the two is when you grow the white asparagus, it literally never hits the sun. It's built up with dirt the whole way, so it stays white all the way through the growing process. The green asparagus comes out of the dirt, hits the sun, turns green like anything else in summertime, and you can see even the bottom part of the asparagus where it's white and it was stuck on the bottom below the earth level. Two ways to tell whether it's tough or not. A lot of people will snap the asparagus, and that tells you where it's tender. You can do that with either the white or the green. The stems are also edible, but they're more for soup or something else. You want to keep this part, the regular tip part, for your salad, and use the stems again for something else, even a sauce. If you have big spears of asparagus, it's nice to peel them, and we've taken some here and we've peeled them and placed them literally an inch or two from the tip, shaved off the outside, makes them a little more tender. And I've done nothing else with them at this point. We're just going to lay them right on the grill, get a little bit of a char action to it. You can use a little olive oil on top of the asparagus, or as we're doing here, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil right on top of some shrimp. That mixture, along with a little bit of sea salt, and just a touch of pepper flakes, and those shrimp will be ready to grill in a few minutes. So you want to get a little bit of color on the asparagus. I'm going to take a little bit of the olive oil that we have right from our roasted peppers. You can use olive oil right out of the bottle if you'd like. And that to me is going to add just a touch of the flavor, and it's going to bring all these flavors together. It's got a great smell too. Put your grill on as high as possible because you do want to get a little bit of that charred flavor on the asparagus. Once the asparagus is almost done, the shrimp are not going to take too long at all. So we'll mix them up a touch. And then usually 3 shrimp works great as an entree. We've taken these, we've deveined them, taken the vein out. We've cleaned them. They've been marinated. And I've removed the tails. I think it's easier if you remove the tails. There's nothing to fight with when you're making the salad. And again, it just makes it for a simple, simple salad. All right, we're starting to get a little bit of that color on our shrimp. I'm going to cover the grill just for a second. What I want to do is we'll create kind of a oven atmosphere in the grill, and by doing that, it'll cook from the inside and the outside, and it'll speed up the process a little bit. We've had the grill closed for a minute or two. I'm going to add a touch more salt onto both the shrimp and the asparagus. I'm going to also add a little bit of olive oil, just drizzle a little. It'll cause the flame to come up. And the last thing I'm going to do on the shrimp when I turn them over is I'm going to lay a basil leaf on top of each one. And that's going to impart just a little bit more flavor into the shrimp. We'll flip it over one more time. You can see they're starting to lose that translucent color, and you're getting more and more of a flavor, or of a color that's going to an opaque white type color, and that's how you can tell when your shrimp are done. And if you're using the shrimp that are flash frozen or just about as fresh as you can get, you just want them to get to the point where they're tender and you don't see any of that translucent color, and then you know they're ready to pull off the grill. A little more of the oil from our roasted peppers. Now, how do you tell if your asparagus is done is the next question. You can kind of tell, you'll see that they'll start getting a little bit more tender. They're not as stiff as they were before. Then you know the moisture is starting to cook out of the asparagus, and that's going to give you a great flavor that way. So we're almost set. We're going to close this literally for 30 seconds more, and then we'll plate this salad, and you'll see the finished dish. 30 seconds, a minute more, and I think we're cooked all the way through. The shrimp is ready to go. The asparagus is tender. As I said, you can bend the asparagus. You can see it's got that moisture started to cook out. It's infused that grill flavor, and I think we're ready to go for the plate. Just a simple dinner plate on that. We'll add our asparagus spears, interchange the colors a little bit, the white and the green. We'll take our shrimp, put them off to the side. And then some of these fabulous roasted peppers that we have. And the roasted peppers we're just going to pile right on top of the asparagus. Got to have a few little slivers of garlic on there. A little more of that basil. And then the sauce for this, since we're going as fresh as possible, just going to take a little bit of that olive oil that's coming off of the peppers. And that's a great summer dish from the Four Seasons Hotel in Boston, via Nantucket on the island. Grilled shrimp, grilled asparagus, and some beautiful fire roasted peppers.